Hey there, gang. Patrick King here. Today we've got a question that comes to us from Joseph, and Joseph wants to know, can horses have a relationship with a person in the same way that a dog does? Now, my initial response to this right away is going to be to say, no, of course not. Mostly because a dog is a dog and a horse is a horse, right? A dog is going to have a relationship with a person the way a dog would have a relationship with a person. The horse is going to have that relationship in the horse's own unique way also. Dogs and horses are very different in basic psychology. Dogs being predators, horses being prey animals. So they're motivated by different things. The answer comes in, or the question comes in a lot of times saying, horses don't think like that. Horses don't like people in that way. And, to me, that's kind of BS also. My answer is going to lie somewhere in between there. The horse, of course, is going to look at us differently than, say, what the dog would. Again, going back to that whole prey-predator idea. Can a horse like a person? Absolutely. Can a horse love a person? I think so, in their own way, the same way they can love one another. When we talk about, them loving each other, we see horses that are attached to each other. We see horses that are buddy sweet, that become very bonded to each other. And that can happen amongst different species. How many times have you seen horses that have maybe become attached to a goat, bonded to that goat? A llama, camels. I've seen horses bonded to lots of different species, and I do believe that a horse can bond to a human in the same way. Can a horse prefer one person over another? Absolutely. Of course they can. Just like they would prefer hanging around with one herd mate versus another. So that, to me, goes without questioning. Horses can have relationships with people. It's going to be different psychologically than it is with a dog, right? But that doesn't mean that they can't have those relationships with people. That's just what that comes down to for me. Now, I would tend to argue a little bit about some schools of horsemanship maybe that say that, we're going to work with our horse in a way that he thinks we are a horse or we act like a horse. That's just silly. Horses are not stupid. They know that we are not horses, and they're never going to look at us as though we are horses. That's something that I think is really important to understand. A horse will relate to us the way they learn to relate to us. Positive, negative, neutral, and with all of the associations and behaviors and patterns that we teach. Now, we can work with horses in ways that are more natural and easier for those horses to understand based on their own psychology. And this is where the term natural horsemanship basically comes from, is using that horse's psychology to work with them in a way that's easier for them to understand. But at no point in there is the horse going to think of us as a horse. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry if I've offended anybody with that, but reality is reality. So, going back to Joseph's question, can horses have a relationship with a person the way that a dog does? My short answer, no. Because dogs are dogs. Dogs aren't horses. Horses aren't dogs. Horses will have relationships with us, and that's their own unique relationship. Me personally, I wouldn't want a horse to have the same relationship with me that the dog does, right? Mostly because I don't want the horse sitting on my lap. Anyway, I hope that's a question that's given you some food for thought. I think it's a great thing to think about. And as we think about that, my question of the day for you is, what is your relationship like with your horse? And how does he look to you? That's something that I focus on a lot. How does my horse look to me? How does he feel when he's with me? That to me, that's a pretty important thing. So let me know. Give me an answer in the comments section below here. Describe your relationship with your horse. In fact, we could make this pretty funny. You could use a meme or a GIF or an emoji to describe your relationship with your horse. I'd like to see that. That'd be pretty funny. Okay, if you know somebody that might find some value in this video, please feel free, tag them in the comments section below or share this video directly with them. I'd really appreciate that. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free, submit them in the comments below, send me a message, send me an email, heck, give me a phone call. Either of those things are fine. Any way you want to send your questions, you guys keep asking questions, and I'll keep talking about horses. Thanks so much.